There's a lot going on in the world of board game news, and this is my chance to talk to you about the news I want to talk about. Starting off with an actual mystery. Queen Games have announced a line of games designed by Stefan Feld, who's my favourite designer of all time, other than Rainer Knizia, who's my favourite designer of all time. That's not important. And we know this all because they've been teasing us like someone giving a raccoon cotton candy. So far, they've released a couple images of what's going to be a series of Stefan Feld games, but they've not actually told us which games are going to be released, which is driving me just to distraction. This is an audio test. Stefan Feld, tell me your secrets. All we know is that the silhouette of the building on the box marks the city the game will be in, and this will be a mixture of new games and much wanted reprints. And there's no way to know how many games are even going to be in the collection, like how many cities even are there? At least 9, and that's just Europe. And you add in America and other places, that's like 12, 13 cities most probably. No one really knows for sure. Needless to say, I'm very excited, but I will say it. I'm very excited. And reprints means Notre Dame, Strasbourg, Roma, Bruges, and even Macau. You're going to the farm now, Macau. Get it? Because it's a cow? Macau. Jeez. Hilarious. But if solving a mystery is up your street, or even in the house, then the new Unmatched set from Restoration Games might be worth a look at. Unmatched is an asymmetric miniatures fighting game, and Cobble Fog is the latest big box edition featuring 4 new fighters, and 5 if you count the worst enemy of all, which is of course the friends you made along the way. There's Sherlock with his sidekick Angry Pete, there's Dracula along with his sisters. Well, they're vampires, so you know, it depends on what type of vampires they are. Are they Twilight vampires? Are they Blade vampires? Are they Buffy vampires? There's Jekyll and Hyde, who can't decide if they're cunning or going to kill you. And of course, there's the Invisible Man, whose superpower is tax evasion. I'm a massive fan of Unmatched, and I'm super excited to have 4 more fighters available now or very soon in the UK. Geography, that's the real enemy. There's always going to be a load of Kickstarters on the horizon, laughing at us. But the one that got my attention harder than the distant sound of ice cream being opened is Roleplay Adventure. Why? Because I love roleplay and I love cartographers, so I'm excited about this. I'm a simple man with simple desires and a sexy past. That last bit's not as true as I wish it was, if I'm honest. Roleplay Adventures is on Kickstarter right now, and I'm not being sponsored or coerced by Thunderworks Games. I wish. I just really believe in this cooperative storybook board game set in the world of Roleplayer. The idea is now that you've created your players, it's time to set off on an adventure, so 1 to 4 players embark on just that. Facing challenges, exploring new lands and new civilizations, boldly solving puzzles, trying to talk the Romulans about the demilitarized zone. Nope. That's not true. There are 11 core adventures to go on, as well as a replayable side quest. It's a standalone game, and I'm honestly really very excited about it. So if you are too, then Kickstarter was the real enemy. Gloomhaven news. I got your attention. Maybe. I don't know you. Gloomhaven, Jaws of the Lion, is out now, if you live by a Target, in America. That's because it's going to be a Target exclusive until August, and only then will it get a normal, wider release. For those of you who have finished Gloomhaven, which, let's face it, isn't many of us, this might be exciting for the new content, as it includes 4 new characters, each with names more unpronounceable than the last, one of which has a whole new character class, the Void Warden. I don't know what a Void Warden is. The game is designed to be more approachable and an accessible way for people to enjoy Gloomhaven, with the emphasis being putting on making it easier to play and easier to set up. Honestly, this feels like it's directed at people like me, who are just never gonna jump into one of those massive boxes. Firstly, I don't have time to set it up. Then, where am I going to keep it? You've either got to decide whether you're going to play Gloomhaven or eat on that table for the next 6 months. It's not directed at me. Who's going to do that for me? But Jaws of the Lion, on the other hand, I'm annoyed at how tempted I am by this. They got me. And if you want to learn the rules with ease, you can always check out our very own Rodney Smith doing a bang up job, as always, linked in the description below. There are two big pieces of news in the world of intellectual property, which is a sentence that doesn't sound as exciting or dramatic as I'd hoped. But hold up. Space Cowboys have announced that the latest entry in the Unlock series is going to be Star Wars themed, and it's going to include, like previous big box editions of the game, 3 scenarios to play through. An unforeseen delay has you as Outer Rim smugglers working for Jabba the Hutt, only this time you've been captured, and now you've got to escape the Star Destroyer you're being held up on. In Escape from Hoth, you need to escape from Hoth, though you're rebels and you're trying to contact Echo Base, and Secret Mission to Jeddah, where you're an Imperial spy, and there's something to do with Kyber crystals and mercenaries, and honestly I haven't understood a word I've said since Jabba the Hutt. But I have a very good feeling that this is going to interest a lot of people, so look out for this in August. And it's designed by Cyril Demegde, who designed one of my favourite games, Amitis. No one cares what I think. Star Wars. And the other IP news comes from the Op, and there's going to be Disney Munchkin. However you feel about Munchkin or Disney, I firmly believe this is great news for the hobby. The thing I want more than anything in this hobby is for more people to be in the hobby, and Munchkin was one of the games that got me into board games. And look at me now. Bad example. And look at Paula now. But this isn't just a straight reskinning of the original, which is a horrible phrase if you think about it too hard. There's a new mechanism called Disney Magic, which will benefit players who can sing along to Disney classics, as well as what it describes as other hilarious challenges. No, this isn't what I want to play. I want to play Amitis, set in 590 BC, where King Nebuchadnezzar charters you with the responsibility of, hey. Look, it's great. Trust me, I really do want Disney Munchkin to sell literally tens of thousands of copies when it releases this autumn. In more spiel, which is a play on word that like almost works, Hedgehog Roll won the Kinderspiel des Jahres award, beating out Photo Fish and With the Robots, though, let's face it, they're all probably going to be safe bets if you're going to find a game for your kids, or like Valley of the Vikings, which won last year, which is just fun. It's a great game. Like in Hedgehog Roll, your hedgehog is a fluffy tennis ball with eyes that you roll around trying to pick up Velcro-like apples, mushrooms and leaves. Get the right objects and you can move to the next space. But get too many objects stuck to you, then you run the risk of not being able to collect things that you need to progress. And it's modular, so you can make it more challenging. I have a niece, I always get her games as presents, and this one instantly goes on that list. As well as in Dungeons & Dragons news, there's the announcement of the new campaign, and it's called Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. And I am pumped. Why? Because it's been described as a horror story that's inspired by The Thing. It's about isolation, paranoia, being trapped, a bunch of other weird D&D stuff, I'm sure. Honestly, this is exactly what I want from a D&D book. The campaign goes to the northern Forgotten Realms and is a story unlike any they've told before. I'm very excited. It's going to contain 320 pages, loads and loads of new monsters, and it's out on September 15th. And it's available to pre-order on D&D Beyond right now. Can't wait to look at this on my shelf and wish I was playing it. And if that's not the D&D news you wanted, they're also releasing a cookbook. And that's not to homebrew your adventure, it's an actual, literal, honest-to-goodness cookbook. It's called Hero's Feast. It says it's perfect as a solo quest or to be enjoyed with your fellow adventurers. So from Bitopian shepherd's bread to yawning portal biscuits, this has you covered. Also something called savoury hand pies, which I don't know if they're called that because you hold them in your hand and eat them like an apple, or if they actually contain hands. Who can say? But you can find out on October 27th when it's released. If you have news to send in, I don't know, maybe if you're angry at your employers and you have industry secrets you want to share with me, or maybe if you're Stefan Feld, come on Stefan! I dare you to tell me. You can contact us at news@watchitplayed.tv. Our final news is about Virtual Gaming Con, which is happening right now. It starts on the 24th and runs until Sunday. Due to the fact that everything is cancelled, including Dice Tower East, BGG Spring, all my summer plans, the Olympics, Firefly, Stargate Atlantis, my credit card, Dice Tower and Board Game Geek have united in a megazord and are hosting a virtual convention called Virtual Gaming Con. I'd have called it Zordon. Not important. The idea is to facilitate the playing of digital games over 5 days and night. And the question that always arises when it comes to online conventions is, what? This is going to use a system called Tabletop.events to match players with hosts using filterable event schedules. Then, with the tools like Skype and Zoom, players can play anything that Tabletopia has to offer, as they've made all the games free to play for badge holders. And while there's loads of other stuff scheduled during the event, like playing along with Loserpalooza or This Quiz is Broken with the Brothers Murph, who were the real enemy all along, the event really is about playing games and connecting with people. So if that sounds like something you humans call fun, then head on over to tabletop.events to purchase your $10 ticket, or just follow the link in the description below. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Cult the News. I'm Matthew Jude, and until next time, thanks for watching.